Call to order the workshop meeting for September 6, 2022 at 5:04 p.m. Roll, please.
Councilmember Lescoviac.
Here.
Councilmember Gavanto.
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
Councilmember Elijah.
Here.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, let's move to communication from the mayor.
There are several that are city clerk has. The one there, you came with copies of signatures.
Okay.
I think you all have a copy of that, right? That's it. And then the Variety Children's Charity of Buffalo in Western New York. That one just was received today. And I wanted to make sure that you could see that today.
Okay, thank you. Okay, communications from the public and petitions.
So number one, request from Professor Christina Jarvis of SUNY Fredonia to have a beach cleanup at Point Gratiot on Saturday, September 17, 2022 from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. as part of the Adopt a Beach program.
Any discussion, council?
No, they've done this in the past.
Okay. Move on to number two.
Number two, request from the Chautauqua Blind Association Incorporated to hold a White Cane Safety Awareness Walk on Saturday, October 15, 2022 from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. to start at the Clarion Hotel to Memorial Park.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, we'll move to number three.
Number three, notice of claim from Thomas Slowatchik,
Very good.
Slowatchicki of Alma, New York, for alleged damages to his Ranger trailer, axle, and tire on August 5th, 2022 at the Dunkirk boat ramp.
Any discussion? Hearing none, four.
Prior written notice from Philip D. Van Flack of 116 South Warsaw Street on a damage-causing tree in front of his yard with dead limbs on it.
Any discussion, council?
No, Randy, is that, you know, if that was looked into?
Yeah, it's on the engineer. We're going to address this according to the prior written notice process, both this one and the next one.
That wasn't close to the ones that had come down in that storm, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Five.
Number five, prior written notice from Dawn Berlin of 116 South Warsaw Street on a tree near her yard that has been causing trouble for several years with falling branches.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, number six.
Number six is a loudspeaker permit request from the Dunkirk Falcon Club to use of speakers and amplifier from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. during a tailgate party on September 11, 2022.
Any discussion, council? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to reports of standing and special committees.
I do have
Did you want to add the variety?
I do have one walk-on or communication from Chautauqua Opportunity Incorporated, and if you want, I can read it.
Sure.
Okay. It says, my name is Paula Shook. I am a youth service coordinator with the Chautauqua Opportunities Incorporated, oversee the Safe House and Transitional Independent Living Program. We are organizing a supply drive for items needed at Safe House Emergency Shelter and our Independent Living Program. We are looking for businesses and organizations that are willing to place a donation box at their location to collect these items. Items we are looking for include personal hygiene products, hairbrushes, hair ties, non-perishable food, pillows, socks, underwear, twin-size linen, paper products, towels, and washcloth. Chautauqua Opportunities Incorporated is a not-for-profit organization that serves Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County. The Safe House is a volunteer short-term crisis intervention shelter program for youth 17 and under. TILP is our independent living program for homeless youth 16 to 21. Youth can reside in this program for up to 18 months as they work towards reaching their goals of gaining financial stability. All supplies donated will go directly to our current and future youth that enter our programs. Thank you, Paula Shook. So what they were asking is for permission to put a one of these receptacles in the city hall. Okay. And then,
I mean, can I ask, is some of the stuff that is collected here in Dunkirk, will that stay in Dunkirk or will that go to other locations?
I believe that she said that they have multiple locations where our donations will be going. I don't know that there's going to be a guarantee that they'll stay here in the city of Dunkirk. And then we have Variety. The Children's Charity of Buffalo in Western New York will be holding a demolition derby on Saturday, September 24, 2022 at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds. All net proceeds from this event will go to our annual Variety Kids telethon telecast annually on WGRZ-TV and WBBZ-TV. Variety monies go yearly to help John O'Shea Children's Hospital of Buffalo and about 25 other children's agencies in Western New York. Variety is requesting the Dunkirk Police Department provide 4 to 6 security personnel throughout the event. We anticipate approximately 2,000 total attendees. Gates will open at 10 a.m. with a demolition derby beginning at 2 p.m. and going until approximately 7 p.m. Variety will have volunteers checking IDs as well as volunteers as bartenders. We would also like to request the help of the Dunkirk Fire Department for this event to stand by in case of firematic emergency. We would appreciate a response as soon as possible. We look forward to hearing from you and look forward to continuing this fundraiser in the Dunkirk area to help the special children of Western New York. If you have any questions or need any further information, please contact us.
Any discussion, council?
It's something new for them to have here, a demolition derby.
No.
Have they had one before? Have they? It's been a while since COVID and everything.
No, they had one last year.
Did they?
Yeah.
The only thing I would ask is you two, what's your thoughts?
The mayor and I discussed this briefly. We've had some issues in the past, and this is a good event for charity. We have had some issues with as far as communication from Variety Club and hours changing and things like that. We've always provided this for them, and I would recommend that we go ahead and do that again. But you know, again, I think we should reach out to them and request from their organizers that we have a sit down at some point to discuss future events and being notified. This is early for them to notify us. Usually it's
Where we go.
right.
Wow.
And then I will say this, that last year they did the right thing and they sent a communication fairly early, and I'll take the blame for it. It got walked in and I wasn't here at that meeting, and there was a mix-up. And we publicly took it on the chin a little bit from their promoter. It wasn't the Variety Club itself, but they have somebody that promoted the demo. And one of the things that was said was that we were being contracted to be there and paid to be there, which Variety Club has never paid us a dime for this. So the other issue with this is, and they've been told in the past, that we will provide a fire truck and some manpower there. We do not provide an ambulance at the event for EMS. They do not usually contract an ambulance out for that event. So they should know, and if you'd like, I will notify them to speak to them. They should know that they are not going to get an ambulance for us. We will have EMTs there with medical equipment that if something happens, obviously we'll take care of, but we will have to call for an ambulance, which is not the ideal scenario for a demolition derby, because people do get injured. Sure. But that's on them. So I just wanted to say that we have done this every year. They've requested it for nothing as a in-kind service for a charity. But we need better communication from them, and they should know that we are not providing an ambulance. And if you'd like, I will be the one to contact them to remind them of that.
I think that's more than fair.
In the past, as far as our department, my department is concerned, they have paid for our officers to be there, and I will contact them as well and see if that is their intent again this year. 4 to 6 people, I don't have anybody working on, that's what we have on shift, and we can't put all of them up there.
Right.
But in the past, they have paid our, through the PBA, so I would ask that this be referred to the PBA, and then I will contact them and find out if they're going to do the same as they've done in the past, and they will contract our guys through the PBA for off-duty service.
Okay,
Okay? Thank you.
thank you.
I have one more communication.
Okay.
This is from the Dunkirk City School District. Dear City of Dunkirk Common Council, I am writing this letter to request that we have a police overtime detail for the Dunkirk City School District Alternative Education Program, taking place Monday through Thursday from the hours of 3 p.m. until 7 p.m. The program will start on September 12, 2022, and will continue throughout the school district year, or the school year, except for holidays and school closings. The detail will be paid by the Dunkirk City School District.
Shouldn't that be, don't we have a school officer up there?
I met with the school superintendent and the head of this program, myself and Lieutenant Gruber did probably about a month or so ago. And I did advise them that if they put this letter through, that we would do our best. It's going to again be through the PBA and off duty. The school resource officer will be part of it, but obviously they sent a sign-up sheet today that was that long with 1,000 sign-ups on it. So obviously he's not going to be able to cover every one of them himself. And I did tell them, just so everyone is aware too, I cannot guarantee that every single day after school we will have a police officer there. Because things get busy, and we get things going on here in the community, we have other things happening, and our guys and girls get busy and they just aren't going to be able to sign up for every single one of those shifts, but we will cover as many of them as our people will.
Thank you.
That's fair. Okay. Yes.
Just another thing on the Variety Club demolition derby, they're advertising different times, they're advertising 2 to 9. So that's just, maybe we should also ask them that. And that should be noted too, that in the past, sometimes this has been like a over 10-hour event.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's a big ask,
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
so.
Edward, can you give me a copy of that communication from the school when you have a chance?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else?
I'm done, sir.
Okay, let's go to reports of standing special committees. Councilwoman Scotia.
Yeah, I did want to do a preemptive report regarding the Wright Park parking space we passed a resolution on. Safety is utmost important and therefore warrants more parking space, and everyone wants safety first. However, the neighbors, which you'll be hearing from in the meeting, in the area of Serval and Ocelot, as well as many others, including myself, wish that we don't rush into the effort and instead explore options, because we have options, such as Serval behind the beach hut, behind the bicycle path with a pathway leading to the beach hut. And so I wanted to call for the council and administration to go forth with serious thought on the placement of a parking lot and not a quick decision. We can have everything, more parking and the respect of Dunkirk taxpayers. So let's be more thoughtful with planning, and many, including myself, see the need to keep the green shoreline of the lakefront boulevard and not a parking lot, which would be soon full, filled with seagulls and litter and cracks if we're not doing the parking lot with good planning. So I'll be making a motion after all of the, and I'm not sure if I should make it during the resolution part or after the people speak, to amend resolution number 69, one that doesn't specify exactly where, but one that's dedicated to improve and enhance parking at Wright Park, and something I could put forward in the next council meeting with the help of Attorney Morris Rowe.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when to make that move. Should it be after the people speak and we talk about it, or should it be like when we're at the resolutions part.
So, a couple things. One is, I understand there's a sense of urgency because there's some fear and anxiety about where the parking lot will go. And I know some folks are here from the community about that. I don't know if they're in the room, but I know they'll be here. And I'll defer to Randy and Mike on this, but I don't think any parking lot's being built this year, right? If this happens, it would be in '23?
Yes.
Okay, so we have some time.
Okay,
There's no rush. And mechanically, if the council is so inclined, a resolution could be introduced to rescind and/or amend the previously resolution that was passed about the parking lot. So if it's a matter of details, change of location, what have you, that's something that council can always do via resolution to modify. And then, obviously, once you get to the point of design work, which we're not even at that stage yet, all that has to go through planning and/or potentially zoning board before we even get to the point of going out to bid. So it's a process that's not going to start this fall. That's going to be probably a spring project at the earliest. Is that fair to say, guys?
Yes, and Mayor Rosas asked me to mark out some possible locations so that we, for the neighbors and all of us, can go take a look at it. And the concept came from the Public Safety Committee, and Public Works agrees with that. There's some real dangers down there. And I don't think anybody, if they're thinking wisely, is opposed to safety. So I think even the neighbors that want this thing moved, it would agree that where we're pointing out the unsafe areas has to be taken care of. So Mayor's tasked Mike and I and Andy and everybody else to come up with some solutions. I met with some of the neighbors down there. They've given me some alternative ideas, so I thought I would spray paint those things and have the chief take a look at it, have all of us take a look at it. And then, now would be the time where we take a look at it. And then plan for the actual construction of whatever we decide to build would be built in the spring of next year.
okay, I'll probably refer to you about
Sure.
that. Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Okay, Councilman Blount.
None.
Doyle? Nichols? Me neither. Let's move on to unfinished business. Anything on there unfinished?
Nothing unfinished.
Okay, let's go to pre-filed resolutions.
Number 78, resolution authorizing third-party plan review and inspection for residential and commercial buildings for the city of Dunkirk.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, me. Does this mean, Rich, all new developments and structures need an inspection of land and then submitted to NYSERDA beforehand, before a build? And if you could please
No.
explain in layman terms.
So, and again, I'll defer to Glenn on this, but my understanding is it's for energy compliance under the new energy codes. So it would be new builds and/or if there was a complete retrofit. So if you were gutting a building down to its bare skeleton, you would then have to go through that kind of inspection. Is that correct, Glenn?
New builds and retrofits, okay.
Yeah.
And it's just codes are changing and we have to comply to the codes.
Right, the state has passed several codes just trying to make us more energy efficient as we're moving towards, to be greener, climate change and everything else that's happening in the world. So that's part of that.
That's great.
And this grant essentially allows us to pay for that without using city money as needed.
Okay.
So it's not that there's a mandate to do it for everything, it's as needed as these kind of projects come up.
Great.
And it could also be used for plan review. It doesn't necessarily need to be exclusively for energy code, but if we have some large building plans that these guys need a little bit of extra capacity in the office for plan review and some additional expertise, that we have the ability to engage one of the approved contractors that NYSERDA has certified can provide these type of services. And again, it's all 100% grant paid through NYSERDA. And basically, all we have to do as deliverable for them is to tell them how this service was helpful to our community, and was it something that was useful and helpful for the community.
Okay. Thank you.
I do have another communication, sir.
Okay.
You would allow me?
Sure.
This is, Dear Willie, on behalf of the Dunkirk High School, Cardinal Manzini High School, Fredonia High School Alumni Golf Tournament, please find and enclose a donation in the amount of $1,500 for the camp, some are better than others, youth program. Many thanks to you and the Councilman Marty Bamanto for volunteering at the tournament and bringing further attention to this summer camp offered by the city of Dunkirk. As you know, after 13 years of organizing and chairing this tournament, I have decided to step down. Hopefully the tournament will continue under new leadership and remain as successful as previous 13 years. What began as a group of former classmates, friends, and school sporting participants getting together and reconnecting has evolved into an annual social event of the year. Donna and I want to especially thank you for the unexpected certificate of appreciation presented to us at the tournament. We truly appreciate the sentiment and will treasure the mayoral certificate. We wish you continued success as mayor and thank you for all you have accomplished in the city of Dunkirk. Hope to see you August 4th, 2023 at the 13th Annual Alumni Tournament. Regards, Bill Bamanto.
Good. All right. No other communication?
I believe you.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to new
I did it on the
business.
way here.
Okay.
No new business, sir?
No new business, then I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Stoyles with a seconded by Nichols.
Councilmember Leskovia.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Alarcon.
Aye, we're adjourned.
Word out, and it was
Regular common council meeting for September 6, 2022 at 5:34 PM. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Lescoviac.
Here.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Here.
Councilmember Nichols.
Here.
Councilmember at-large Demi.
Here. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, certification of prior meeting.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, August 16 was presented to the mayor on Friday, August 22nd, 2022 pursuant to section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter. All items presented to the mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and the seal of the city of Dunkirk, New York, the 6th day of September 2022.
Can I have a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes?
So moved.
Got Nichols?
Second.
Second by Stoyl.
Councilmember Lescoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Demi.
Aye, carried. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case that individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large D'Amico shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane to any action taken or contemplated by council. The time limit specified shall be strictly adhered to, except that a speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired.
Thank you. Privilege of the floor is now open. Please state your name and address in regards to your speaking.
I'm Jim Wallace. We're at 76 North Ocelot Street in Dunkirk. And I want to talk about the green area between Serval and Ocelot Street that we had heard is being considered to be paved. And what we've done is we've talked to residents and out-of-town people about that area and found that there were some predominant feelings that most people wanted to keep that area green. They didn't want to see pavement there. There was some concern about if you have a lot of parking there and people are going to the beach hut or they're going to the beach, they've got to cross a road to get to a safe, to get to those areas, and it's probably not safe. But the predominant feeling was the green area should stay. Maybe we enhance it with tables or something else, but to keep it green. Most people, almost everybody, was glad to have an ongoing business there. I think it's consideration that we should think about alternative parking areas that people don't have to cross the street. And just looking at Google Maps, there's probably 4 sound areas there that we could pave if it needs to be paved and provide non-street crossing access. That's it. We have a petition that you may have seen and a number of other comments that went along with the petition. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Can I say something now?
Not yet, probably.
Not yet.
Yeah. Would anyone else like to speak with the floor is open? So the floor is open once, going twice. Third time, privilege is closed. Okay, let's move on to communication from the mayor, including disapproval messages. The mayor just stepped out. We'll give him a chance to come back. Ed, you want to we'll move on to communication of the public and petitions, and then we'll come back to the mayor.
Sure. I have a letter from on behalf of the Dunkirk High School, Cardinal Manzini High School, Fredonia High School Alumni Golf Tournament. Please find and enclose the donation in the amount of $1,500 to the summer camp, Some Are Better Than Others youth program. Many thanks to you and Councilman Bomano for volunteering and turning at the tournament and bringing further attention to the summer camp offered by the City of Dunkirk. As you know, after 13 years of organizing and chairing the tournament, I have decided to step down. Hopefully, the tournament will continue under new leadership and remain as successful as the previous 13 years. What began as a group of former classmates, friends, and schools supporting participants getting together and reconnecting has evolved into an annual social event of the year. Donna and I want to especially thank you for an unprecedented certificate of appreciation presented to us at the tournament. We truly appreciate the sentiment. We wish you continued success as mayor. Thank you for all that you have accomplished for the City of Dunkirk. Hope to see you August 4th, 2023 at the 13th Annual Alumni Tournament. Bill Bamanto, Alumni Golf Tournament Chairman.
Any discussion, Council? Councilman Bamanto?
Yes, I'd like to thank my big brother for putting on this tournament for 13 years and all of his volunteers that help out, and there's a lot of volunteers that help him out, and I know that's just something they don't put together every 2 months. It takes 9 to 10 months to get that together, and it goes to our camp, and those funds go to that camp for some kids that can't afford to go there. So some kids that are not able to go there are going there, and that's been going on for the last 13 years. So thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Go back to the mayor.
Yeah.
I'm done with that section.
Yeah, nope, we'll go back. Okay, let's go backward. Mayor, can we, communication from the mayor, including disapproval messages?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to publicly acknowledge that there was an article in the Buffalo News on the National Walleye Championships that took place here recently. I'd like to, again, publicly acknowledge the collaborative effort of all the departments working together. The city shined. All the comments that I've received from not only the organizers, but also some of the anglers that came in were very, very happy and supportive of the city. The Buffalo News had a very nice article about our city and the nice job that we did. So I just wanted, again, to give them some kudos to our guys. Again, it was working together. The departments have been working together to host these type of events. You need to work together, and it showed that the city was capable of doing that and hosting these type of major tournaments. That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Councilman?
Vince and I and Chairman D'Amico were down there. We heard nothing but compliments. They gave Vince a few ideas about where they dock, how it has to be a little more sturdy, a little more higher. But other than that, everybody I talked to loved it. They said the people were so nice there.
That's true. That was the one thing we kept hearing was how gracious and nice the people were to you and your team. Congratulations, you pulled it off. Heck of a nice job.
Yeah, and then they wanted to weigh me.
All right, thank you, Mayor.
No, very good, Mayor. It was a good show.
Okay, Edwin, can we move on to communication to the public?
Yes, sir. Number 1, request from Professor Christina Jarvis of SUNY Fredonia to have a beach cleanup at Point Gratiot on Saturday, September 17, 2022 from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. as part of the Adopt a Beach program.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, can I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions?
So moved. Second.
I got Nichols with a second by Stoyl.
Councilmember Leskoviac?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico?
Okay.
Number 2, request from the Chautauqua Blind Association Incorporated to hold a White Cane Safety Awareness Walk on Saturday, October 15, 2022 from 10 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. to start at the Clarion Hotel to Memorial Park.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, can I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions?
So moved.
Councilman Bamanto with a seconded by Nichols.
Councilmember Leskoviac?
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl?
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico?
Aye, carried. Number 3.
Number 3, notice of claim from Tom Slowacki of Elmira, New York for alleged damages to his Ranger trailer, axle, and tire on August 5th, 2022 at the Dunkirk boat ramp.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, I got one. It's just, I know what the answer is going to be, but it's this not Pringle's area? Doesn't he run that?
He operates it as a licensee, but it's city-owned property.
But who makes the profit of it?
The city owns the launch docks, doesn't matter who makes the property. The city owns the launch dock.
That was the answer I knew I was going to get.
Grant.
Let me just respond to that we are currently working with the operator, and we may have some different news coming soon. One of the issues that we already discussed is that the language in the contract obviously does not protect the city as much as it should. So these are things that we are going to be addressing very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, I need a motion to refer to the Law Department and DPW.
So moved.
Nichols,
Second.
seconded by Stoyl.
Councilmember Laskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
Number 4, prior written notice from Philip D. Van Flack of 116 South Warsaw Street on a damaged tree causing tree in front of his yard with dead limbs on it.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, Councilman at Large, is 4 and 5 the same tree at the same address?
What's the same address?
Is it the same tree?
You can't say for sure, I could make a call.
Okay. So,
It's
council,
not important, I just was concerned if it's the same address with the same tree.
Yeah.
There's two.
Councilwoman, just to comment, the clerk's office, so yes, it appears to be the same address, but they both submitted claims.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, so on 4, I'm going to need a motion to refer to Law Department and DPW.
So moved. Second.
I got Councilwoman Laskoviac and seconded by Nichols.
Councilmember Laskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
Number 5, prior written notice from Dawn Berlin of 116 South Warsaw Street on a tree near her yard that has been causing trouble for several years with falling branches.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, I need a motion to refer to Law Department and Public Works.
So moved.
Stoyl,
Second.
seconded by Nichols.
Councilmember Laskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
So number 6, loudspeaker permit request from the Dunkirk Falcon Club to use of speakers and amplifier from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. during the tailgate party on September 11, 2022.
Any discussion, council? Hearing none, can I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject
So
to
moved.
appropriate insurances and
Second.
usual conditions? I got Stoyl with a seconded by Nichols. Clerk, would you call?
Councilmember Laskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember At-Large D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
So I have 2 walk-ons, sir.
Yes, sir.
The first walk-on is from Chautauqua Opportunities. Says, my name is Paula Shook. I am a youth service coordinator with Chautauqua Opportunities Incorporated, and I'm overseeing a safe house and transitional independent living program. We are organizing a supply drive for items needed for the Safe House Emergency Shelter as our independent living program. We are looking for businesses and organizations that are willing to place a donation box at their location to collect these items. Items we are looking for include personal hygiene products, hairbrushes, hair ties, non-perishable food, pillows, socks, underwear, twin-size linen, paper products, towels, and washcloths. Chautauqua Opportunity Incorporated is a non-for-profit organization that serves Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County. The Safe House is a volunteer short-term crisis intervention shelter for youth 17 and under. TILP is an independent living program for homeless youth 16 to 21. Youth can reside in this program for up to 18 months as they work towards reaching their goals to gain financial stability. All supplies donated will go directly to current and future youth that enter our program. Thank you, Paula Shook, Youth Coordinator.
Any discussion, council?
the same one I had, Councilman at Large,
You have to
in our
bring it on?
workshop, is if this, some of these products and that would stay within our Dunkirk area if we're collecting it, because we do know we have youth within that age range that could be beneficial to the program. Everybody's ignoring me.
Yeah, thank you. So the concerns,
Yeah, if some of it, if we're going to collect it in our city hall, it should, I would think, remain within our city to help the youth that we have here. That would be just a suggestion if it would be available and not shipped out, because I see the headquarters of that is over in Jamestown.
okay, any other discussion? If not, can I have a motion to bring it onto the table?
So moved.
Councilman Bomano with a second by Councilwoman Litskoviak.
Councilmember Luskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Now I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Councilwoman Litskoviak, seconded by Councilman Bomano.
Councilmember Luskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
Okay, the second walk-on is from the Dunkirk City School District. Dear City of Dunkirk Common Council, I am writing this letter to request that we have a police overtime detail for the Dunkirk City School District Alternative Education Program taking place Monday through Thursday from the hours of 3 to 7 p.m. The program will start on September 12th and continue throughout the school year except for holidays and school closing. The detail will be paid by the Dunkirk City School District. Respectfully, I'm not sure what the signatures are.
Any discussion, council? Okay, hearing none, can I have a motion to bring on the table?
So moved.
Nichols.
Second.
Stoyl.
Councilmember Luskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Now I'm going to need a motion to refer it to the PBA.
So moved.
Nichols, seconded by Bomano.
Councilmember Luskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
You have one more, sir. Okay. This is from Variety, the children's charity. Dear Mayor Roses, Variety, the children's charity of Buffalo in Western New York, will be holding a demolition derby on Saturday, September 24, 2022 at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds. All net proceeds from the event will go to our annual Variety Kids Telethon, telecast annually on WGRZ-TV and WBBZ-TV. Variety money go yearly to help John O'Shea Children's Hospital at Buffalo and about 25 other children agencies in Western New York. Variety is requesting that Dunkirk Police Department provide 4 to 6 security personnel throughout the event. We anticipate approximately 2,000 total attendees. Gates will open at 10 a.m. with the demolition derby beginning at 2 p.m. and going until approximately 7 p.m. Variety will have volunteers checking IDs as well as volunteers as bartenders. We would also like to request the help of the Dunkirk Fire Department for this event to stand by in case of firematic emergency. We would appreciate a response as soon as possible. We look forward to hearing from you and look forward to continuing this fundraiser in the Dunkirk area to help the special children of Western New York. If you have any questions or need further information, please contact us.
Any discussion, council?
Yeah, I believe both chiefs are going to make a call, am I right? And check the...
Stipulations that we want to make sure they understand and take care of it.
Yeah, there's some questions on times and what they want and what they're going to get.
Good.
Or not yet.
Okay, so with that, can I get a motion to bring it
So
on the
moved.
table?
So moved.
Got Nichols and a second by Litskoviak.
Councilmember Luskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, on the table, and now could I have a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as prove subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions? Bomano with a second by Litskoviak.
Councilmember Luskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah D'Amico.
Aye, carried. Okay, reports to standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilwoman Litskoviak.
Yes, first I wanted to address the citizens that came today with a petition of at least 85 people signing regarding different options regarding the parking lot between Ocelot and Serval. I just wanted to say that, of course, safety is utmost important and warrants more parking, and everyone wants safety. However, the neighbors in the area of Serval and Ocelot, as well as many others, including myself, wish that we don't rush into this effort and instead explore options, because we have options. And I wanted to call for the council and administration to go forth with a serious thought on the placement of the parking lot and not a quick decision. And we can have everything. We can have more parking and the respect of Dunkirk taxpayers if we could have some thoughtful planning. And many, including myself, see the need to keep the green shoreline of Lakefront Boulevard and not a parking lot which would soon be filled with seagulls and litter and possibly cracks if we don't, really plan on that parking lot. And, but I've heard that there might be some updates to that, Randy. I mean, is there something the mayor or Randy from the DPW would like to say about that?
I'd like to thank the neighbors for coming in and for the neighbors who have met with me down there. Additionally, Mayor Rosas tasked me with to make sure we plan it very carefully and that everybody knows what the ideas are. So we won't do anything at all until we have a plan. We're not even there yet. So we appreciate your input, and I've met with some neighbors and walked other locations. Everybody I've talked to agrees that it's gotten crowded down there. We don't like to see children running between cars, things like that. So this was originated through the Public Safety Committee, and DPW works with them, and we agree with that. But we want to work with you and make it as safe and still keep it green. And it's not really the shoreline until we get those big storms that put the water all the way over there. But we agree we want to make it look good. These improvements that have come along have given us some growing pains, but we'll get through it, and I appreciate you coming in.
I will be looking to rescind or amend the resolution, but Rich Morris-Rowe says, Attorney Morris-Rowe, you say there's, we don't have to really rush into that, correct?
That's correct. I mean, and again, I'll defer to DPW, but I believe asphalt season is ending shortly, and we don't even have a plan in place that's been approved by planning and potentially zoning board, depending on where it goes. So you're looking at spring of 2023 at the earliest for this parking lot to be done, wherever we decide it goes. A couple notes for the public. Number one, there is no deed restriction on that piece of land. It used to be a tennis court. And before that, that whole chunk of Dunkirk was owned by like 3 property owners. And so when they granted the land to the city, there were no deed restrictions, because if they were, it couldn't have been subdivided for all those wonderful homes that are in that neighborhood along Serval, Ocelot, et cetera, et cetera. So that's not the issue. That's not the answer. So let's get that off the table. So what we have is too many cars parking along the railings, and that's not just for the restaurant and bar, but it's also for the beach and for all the other amenities that the park has. We have people parking in the green space on that side, and we have people parking in green space on the other side. So we know there's a parking issue, and that's part of the growing pains that somebody addressed, I believe Randy said earlier. So we have agreement there. And this came out of public safety because we have serious concerns about people running across both streets, both the waterfront and going across Serval. So we know that that has to be addressed. Where we ultimately decide, and maybe it's multiple locations, is something that we need to look at. And that's what Randy's been tasked to do, along with the others in the DPW department. So all I would say is we have some months. We're not putting shovels in the ground just yet. And that'll happen at some point in the spring. And my guess is we'll have some internal discussions in terms of trying to reach consensus, and then we'll probably present those to the public at some point at a public meeting before a plan is finally approved. Okay?
Thank you, thank you. I also wanted to thank Professor Jarvis and SUNY students for their soon-to-be cleanup efforts at the Point on September 17th. I'll be there to join you. The community is welcome to join beginning at 11 a.m. Thank you, Marty's brother, Bill Villamonto, and the Dunkirk, Fredonia, Manzenti alumni for your generous donation to the City of Dunkirk camp. And there's been much talk of the new medians being created on Lakeshore Drive from Main to Brigham as part of the Lakeshore Drive Streets and Beautification Project. I, for one, am happy about the extra green space as it will reduce the ozone created by car emissions, which will help in air quality. Vince, would you like to add more about the subject of the medians? Are they a success in other cities?
Yes, basically the Complete Streets project is meant to calm traffic and to increase pedestrian and bicyclist safety. It's been shown to be effective all across the state. You can just Google Complete Street projects, as I did before the meeting here on my phone, and numerous cities came up and that are doing this type of project. So this isn't novel to Dunkirk. What generally happens after this is economic activity along those corridors tends to increase. You tend to see more businesses pop up in a lot of the very prime available space that we have. In terms of what it's going to look like, there is once they're completed, and they are on schedule to be completed, and these are very good questions because people don't know what's coming next. But there is a landscaping plan that was part of the entire planning package, and with all the drawings with specific species of shrubs and the type of, we'll call them trees, that will be planted there that will make it look beautiful, look like a boulevard. And they will be appropriate for that type of setting in our environment here. So it will look beautiful. Please be patient. It will be completed hopefully right on time in October. And I understand the concern and appreciate it and would be glad to address it, the best that I can. But this will be very good for that corridor. As we're trying to make this connection in our downtown revitalization initiative application, and we're still writing it, putting together a narrative, but we're making the connection between the waterfront and Central Avenue. And basically you want to make it walkable, and you want a safe corridor there. And that's what this project will help us to accomplish here in Dunkirk.
Very well said. Thank you. Thank you. Also, citizens, I just wanted to urge you to please call your councilperson or the Department of Public Works about dangerous branches or trees that pose a danger. Our numbers are on the website. Saturday evening, while I was walking, I noticed a very large branch that was bent over on the sidewalk, a branch too large for most to move. And I alerted the DPW this morning, and they removed it right away. And and at times, I hear that there's even a crew on the weekends, so feel free to notify me anytime if you see anything dangerous. And thank you, DPW. Thank you, Randy. And lastly, I wanted to let everyone know there's an Economic Development Committee meeting on Monday, September 12th at 4 p.m. at the Mayor's Conference Room in City Hall. All are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilmember Mano.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the mayor and his staff and everyone who was involved in that fishing tournament. Anytime you can get ESPN down here, that puts Dunkirk back on the map. So very good exposure for the city of Dunkirk. Again, thank you very much. Glenn, how are we doing on the houses I requested a couple weeks ago? It needs to be mowed again, and in the berm on 3rd Street, is that going to happen anytime soon?
We have an ongoing process of going through the city and taking notes on grass through each ward every day of the week. And those notices are going out. I went through the first and second ward myself today.
I saw you riding around today. I was off. I saw you. All right, thank you. Should have said I was off, huh?
Yeah.
Vince, is Olean Complete Streets, do they have?
As a matter of fact, it is. And they received a tighter grant, I believe, in 2015 that put in, you know, those roundabouts that go through their downtown. And, you know, many of the same questions were asked. And I remember when it was all tore up, and even I drove through as I used to, and was scratching my head saying, what are they doing? But since then, you can't argue with the results. It's downtown Olean is transformed from what it was 7, 8 years ago. There's far more vibrancy, activity, big projects, more residential, more retail. So it's worked for them, and I think that's a very good example of what this type of project can do for Dunkirk.
Well, the reason I brought it up, I was watching Channel 4 this morning. They were doing the weather. And in the background, they had Olean, and there was the streets where, similar to what we're doing out here, but the trees are all grown, and it really, really did look nice. So, I mean, I couldn't get on top of it.
That's the perfect example.
So that was pretty cool. All right. Thanks. To the residents, Mr. Wallace, thanks for coming up and speaking on behalf. And thanks for the residents that came in and spoke. Common sense tells us, folks, that we need some type of new parking down there, somewhere, somehow. And like the attorney said, we're in the early stages of what's going on down there. Everything, wherever we put it, if where they want to put it now, or across the street, or here and there, it's got to pass code, it's got to pass zoning, so we got to go down there. You know, the architect's got to draw it up, so we're a long ways away. But we thanks for your concern, and we'll get it done somehow. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Stoyl.
Yeah, I just want to thank, I guess, Vince's department. It's so hard for me to say that, Vince. The building inspector's office. They took care of a very touchy situation for me down on 700 block of Washington, and Al did a wonderful job, and it's, knock on wood, it's good to go today. Thank you. That's it.
Councilwoman Nichols.
Yes. I don't know if Randy has an answer or Mike has an answer on the cap down on Lakefront Boulevard. It's been broken since December, and
we've reached out to the contractor. It will be repaired. It's a minor, it's not structural in it by any means. A big log hit it and cracked it, and it will be fixed. It's just more cosmetic than anything else.
But this is September.
Right. We're all busy, and it's, you know, on the priority list.
But you would have thought as a contractor, he would have had several made, because it's on a straight run there, that a couple backups, just in case, would have been made when he was casting, so that it could have been repaired.
Well, we'll have it fixed for you by Christmas. It'll be a good Christmas present.
Thanks. Which Christmas, Mike? Which Christmas?
You don't have to tell.
Well, yeah. You know. Again, it's cosmetic in nature, and I get it, but it'll be addressed.
When you listen to people driving, because it's such a nice wall, and they just get upset. What's everybody waiting for? I tell them, Christmas.
Right. Well, there you go. See, we're on the same page.
You got the answer. This is the last curbside brush collection for the season, unless we have nasty storm coming up. We will do Christmas tree pickup. Leaf collection will follow as time and nature merits. I thank Pam for putting the wonderful article in the newspaper regarding our brush collection for all wards for the month of September. Lucas Avenue is open for personal drop-off, so they can follow 9 to 12 Monday through Friday, and till 5 right now on Saturdays for their own personal. And a brief reminder, this is just for Dunkirk residents to drop off on Lucas Avenue. I think that's almost it. What do you think of that one?
I don't believe you.
Wow.
No, the only request I had is, I get very nervous with the job that the construction guys are doing on Lakeshore Drive. And some people have, in cars, have no consideration with the rate of speed that they're using when they travel down there, and the guys are working. I was just very surprised that they didn't take more caution and to lower the speed zone a little bit, because those guys, they have their job, they know what they're doing, and I watch too much TV where people do get hit when they're, and I don't know if it's too late to just to say something to the contractors or not, especially when they're down there by Tim Hortons, Main and Lake Shore with that big area, and there are quite a few guys that are working there, and they are colorful. They're wearing their colors, but it's just, my heart goes in my throat because I'm just fearful that something should happen to them when they're screwing and they're doing their job as fast as they can do, especially when they're pouring the concrete and they're working the chute and it's swinging it, and I've watched them. It's just, I'm concerned. So I don't know if it's too late to say something, or if Randy has any contact or Vince has any contact with them, or the mayor, that they might just put, we have flagmen out there, but they're not always out there to do it, to slow down traffic. They're out there when they want to switch over lanes and to make the lane go in so that they can get their equipment. Then hats off to Marty's brother. I graduated with Bill. He's been very dedicated, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears putting the program together. I know I've had some with your brother on that issue when we do reunions, but they did a great job. I hope the next person that fills his shoes doing this can do the great job that he and Donna did.
He'll still be there volunteering, but he won't be running it, and they have 3 or 4 people that already approached and said they'd be willing to take it over, so okay, hopefully that'll just
That's
keep
all I
going.
have. That's all I have.
Hence the Safe Streets project.
Okay, and I don't have anything, so let's move on to unfinished business.
None, sir.
Thank you. Let's go to pre-filed resolution 78.
Resolution authorizing third-party plan review and inspection for residential and commercial buildings for the city of Dunkirk.
Any discussion, council?
Vince, you want to give a little overview on that, or?
Sure. Yeah, this is basically one of the requirements for a grant that we are receiving from New York State Energy Research Development Authority for $125,000. Part of that grant will be to initiate a code compliance and permitting platform technology that we're currently paying for. So we'll have a couple of years of grant money to implement a new platform that will be far more user-friendly for the code enforcement officers and more user-friendly for the public to initiate complaints and so forth, and request permits for various projects. But this component is for third-party plan review and inspections to address new energy code, and basically what it is a grant to help us hire as independent contractors certified plan reviewers that are certified by the state to basically look at large-scale plans and to make sure that it complies with energy code. But we can also utilize these plan reviewers in other areas, be it electrical, plumbing, and HVAC as part of this grant. So it'll basically help with our capacity for plan review for new projects here in the city.
Thank you.
Any other discussion, council? Not clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Laskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico.
Aye, carried.
None, sir.
None under new business? Okay. Can I have a motion for adjournment? Nichols. Can I have a second for adjournment?
Second.
Bomano.
Councilmember Laskoviac.
Aye.
Councilmember
Stay
Bamanto.
here.
Aye.
Councilmember Stoyl.
Aye.
Councilmember Nichols.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large D'Amico.
I was hoping we
Aye,
could
you're
stay.
adjourned.
We can. Hey, you can.
We'll say some prayers for your brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell him his fan club up the street, Nicolette, she's worried about him.